In October 2014, 5 months into office, the Narendra Modi government unveiled one of its biggest reforms, lifting state controls on diesel prices and aligning these with international crude oil costs. The bold decision was aided by a fall in global oil prices to near 4-year lows, making for the first domestic diesel price cut since January 2009. Until then, diesel prices were determined by oil marketing companies, not based on crude oil price movements, but largely based on electoral implications. This is also aimed at helping offset the shocks when global crude oil prices shoot up. In a related move from June 16, 2017, petrol and diesel prices are revised daily as opposed to fortnightly earlier. The smallest changes in international oil prices and rupee-dollar exchange rates are factored in the daily prices. It prevents price shocks for customers during periods of high price volatility. It also helps oil companies pass on crude price changes to customers immediately. Market-determined diesel prices, free of administrative control, which the government announced 4 years ago, was aimed at cutting subsidies and help reduce taxes on petroleum products. There is no gainsaying the fact that petrol and diesel are one of the most heavily taxed products in India. For instance, about 45% of the price that a consumer pays for a litre of petrol at the pump go as taxes to the centre and states. Successive governments, both at the centre and states, have used petroleum products as milch cows. The government, however, may have been guilty of standing in the way of lower petrol and diesel prices. The persistent fall in crude prices for better part of the last 3 years offered an opportunity to help end consumers reduce their fuel bills. The central government had raised excise duty on petrol by Rs 11.77 a litre and that on diesel by 13.47 a litre in 9 installments between November 2014 and January 2016 to shore up finances as global oil prices fell. However, after crude oil prices started soaring since mid-August last year, ahead of the festive season, in October the centre decided to cut the excise duty on petrol and diesel by Rs 2.5 per litre. This has offset the gains that millions would have enjoyed from a market-determined price regime. Will this have an impact on upcoming elections? Well, that remains to be seen.